it's red carpet. She can autograph my pockets. Anytime, any place, anyway. I be looking at everybody else watching. I don't want to be obnoxious, but this girl worth the guy.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Buttonista podcast. This week, we're back from the chair. Sometimes it's the couch, sometimes it's the chair, but today's a big day, so I put pants on. Proof, the jeans still fit. This might become a once-a-week ritual just to make sure. But I put pants on for a very special interview where, of course, you will only see me from the waist up. And, of course, the interview is not about me. It's never about me. It's about the girls at Cookie Therapy. So we're going to get into that.
I said, ooh.
You said, ooh.
Ooh.
Your sound effects. I mean, if you've heard the words Cookie Therapy, everybody is saying, ooh, right now. Mm-hmm. These girls are hot on the streets. I feel like they are like Paris and Nicole, Kathy Lee and Hoda. I'm missing another celebrity.
Mary-Kate
duet.
and Ashley?
No, that's me. I am solely Mary-Kate and Ashley by themselves. I am their third triplet. They already have a sister, so I can't be their other sister. But anyway, really excited to talk to Faye and Ashley a little bit later in the show. We're going to zoom in. But we got to get to a little bit of podcasting first, don't we?
Of course.
Is everything okay?
We are born for this. We're good.
Okay, perfect. I thought I sounded a little weird, but I don't know.
No, you're good.
I sound great?
You sound better than ever.
It's because I put makeup on today. I did the whole thing.
That's it.
I had a glow up that had to happen. It was just about time. So I do feel really good today. I feel happy to be in front of the camera. And this episode is a little special. We've had a special week for Two Buttons Deep and the Buttonista because even during times of stress, we get to bring on a new partner, the partner of all partners, the news partner, the Albany Times-Union. So they're on board with our content. They are maintaining the highest quality of journalism throughout all of this, aka the opposite of what we do. We just do the fun stuff, the silly stuff. But the Times-Union is a place that you want to go to be up to date on all things coronavirus, small business, restaurants, any update that you could possibly need, mixed in with a little bit of lighthearted, a little bit of probably some sad Sally. But that's the news. That's the world that we live in, right? So even though you don't maybe want the paper delivered to your door every morning, you can get news delivered to your cell phone. I mean, it's 2020. You'd think these guys thought of everything. They have the Times-Union app. They have digital subscription options for as little as $1 a week. I mean, that's where your iced coffee money should go, if you're asking me, because in pre-quarantine times, I'd be spending like 15 or 20 on iced coffee alone. I should be using that money in time to make my brain bigger with hard, cold journalism.
And then you can learn about better iced coffees, because I know you go to Dunkin'.
What are you, Dunkin' hater all of a sudden? We went there together the other day.
No, just saying you could probably do better.
Really? I mean, I really miss Stacks. I did say that yesterday. I'm missing some of the local coffee shops, but it is about that time of year. The sun's out. We're getting to iced coffee season. It's not the easiest drink to make at home. I've tried it. There's a couple different ways to do it. People at home right now are trying the Dalgona coffee, which is like the frothy thing that you're supposed to pour over milk. Some people pour it over coffee. It looks like a lot of work. I've heard it's really messy. I don't know if I'm going to get into that. Jack thinks that iced coffee is taking your old coffee from the morning before and just adding ice to it.
Well, that's cold brew.
That is not okay, you're right. I'm right. It's iced coffee. It's not a cold brew iced coffee like you can get at Starbucks or Dunkin' or Stacks. And then I actually have a cold brew coffee maker from a couple Christmases ago that I don't really know if that's cold brew either. And it takes 12 to 24 hours to set. And it's also a very small portion. So you're basically spending 24 hours to get maybe like 2 cups of cold brew coffee. So
a lot of commitment.
Thank God we still have some drive-through options. I'm trying not to do that stuff. I'm trying to put that money towards digital subscriptions for the Times-Union. But, you know, this is a big one for us. Two Buttons Deep has great respect for all the local media out there. I mean, all the news reporters are still reporting. They're broadcasting from their houses, which is something we are lucky to be able to do every day. But someone who's in broadcast journalism is probably having a weird time telling the news to a huge audience from their couch, their basement, with their dogs and their kids. We're very lucky. We say that every week. I wasn't very lucky today, though.
What happened?
I had a little mishap in the streets of Albany. I posted on Instagram earlier this week, trying to be a trendsetter, trying to be informative, that I found this new great seltzer, not alcoholic, it's not Vizzy. It's just a cucumber lime flavored seltzer from Target. And I posted a picture of it, told people this is great. And I got probably 18 DMs of people going, yeah, I know. And they weren't being rude. They were like, oh my God, so good. Try it with rum. Like, try it as a mixer. I love this flavor. I'm all over it. And I was kind of like, why didn't anybody tell me? Like, nobody told me about this great seltzer. So I flew through the pack that I had, went out to Target today to get more. Only brought one reusable bag because they're tiny cases. They're only 8-packs. It's not like the Adirondack Polar Seltzer. Filled up 4. As I was at the self-checkout, the bag did rip a little bit.
Ooh.
I put all 4 in there with literally minimal other things. A pack of thank you cards and maybe not, some double stuffed Oreos.
Sounds like a lot.
I found out later there was a family pack of Oreos, which might have been the foreshadowing to the problem that I had later. Anyway, so I leave the store with the bag in tow, ripped. As I go to unload it out of my car in downtown Albany, I did the responsible thing. I didn't try to be a one-trip wonder, which I usually do. I said, I'll take 2 cans out, 2 cases, and I'll just carry 2. It should be absolutely fine. No sooner am I crossing the street, I'm looking out to where I'm doing it right now. Crossing the street, someone's trying to pull out in front of me, and the entire bag rips, and everything falls out. I have a huge picture frame in my hand for my gallery wall. I have a little thing of Stewart's ice cream. The Oreos go everywhere. The seltzer pours out. And I'm just like, of course. And of course, someone else is like, are you okay? Do you need help? Like, no, you're in your car. You're driving. Like, what are you going to do? Come to my apartment with me. I don't have another reusable bag. So I said, no, I don't need help. And then, of course, pulled my phone out to take a picture of it because I had to document it. Thought about calling you, Jack, to say, can you help me bring everything in?
Glad you didn't.
Ditched the bag. And then became a one-trip wonder. I had everything piled up to my neck. And somehow I made it inside. And my mom always calls me right at 4 or 5 o'clock when we're doing the podcast and the squadcast.
Answer the phone. She just wants me on the show.
I'm glad how do I do that?
Put her on speaker.
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
I'm doing the podcast right now. You're on the podcast.
Oh, hi everyone from Buttonista.
Well, this is the Buttonista.
Hi, Buttonista.
You know the only reason why... Do you know the only reason why I'm answering your call right now?
Is to do a COVID checkup.
No, because I was mad at you yesterday.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was.
upset with my lack of answering the telephone when I was engaged in a very serious game of euchre, my first game, which, by the way, my partner and I beat the other team. So I do apologize for that. It's that first time I've been called out on doing something like that.
Nope, it's not.
Just usually means I'm engaged in something else and I am not attached to my phone, which sometimes can be very refreshing. So I do apologize, but I won't interrupt Buttonista podcast any longer.
Great, thank you. I'm going to continue to talk about this matter by myself because what happened to me when you didn't answer was not refreshing. So please text me with your plans so I can know where you are, and we'll touch base after the podcast, right?
Got it.
All right, thanks. I love you.
All right, love you too.
All
Talk
right.
to you later.
All right, bye. Well. Yesterday, my mom called me at 4 o'clock, and I didn't answer because I was on the roof with Jack and Sam. We were hanging out, enjoying some sun, and I thought, I'll catch her later. You know, I thought our rooftop time was ending, and I just thought I'd call her in a little bit. So I get back down to my apartment. We exchanged some text messages about my sister's birthday, and then like 2 hours goes by, and I knew she was at my granddad's, who lives in Saratoga. Usually she texts me or calls me on her way home. Nothing. Now, for a normal kid, they might talk to their parents once a week, every couple weeks. They text here and there, but they don't talk like my mom and I talk. So 2 hours go by. I give her a call, nothing. She has 2 phones. She has a work phone. Call the other phone, nothing. Text her, nothing. This goes on for quite some time. And I'm here by myself. And I think no matter the circumstances, I tend to get a little nervous when I don't hear from my mom for like literally an hour because she has 2 phones, or at least I know where she is. So I knew she was at my granddad's, but by this time she would have been long gone. She doesn't stay there for that long. And she wouldn't be asleep yet, maybe, sometimes. I thought maybe she was working in the backyard. I didn't think she was at her friend's house because it's the middle of the week. And I must have called her 30 times on both phones. You're dying to say something.
Why?
I just needed to know where she was. I'm literally Googling like accidents in Saratoga County. I'm thinking she got in a car accident. And I start to literally like a child work myself up like something happened to her. And I didn't pick up the phone when she called me at 4 and it's all my fault. And, did she like pass out? Like I have no idea. So I'm like getting worked up. Like I don't want to say I'm crying, but like I was almost crying. I was like, where the F is she? And her other phone now goes dead, so I can't, blah, blah, blah. It just goes on and on. Text my sister, hasn't heard from her. Finally, she's like, oh, hello. I'm like, where are you? She's like, I'm at Donna's. We're playing cards. I'm about to win. I'm like, don't scare me like that again. I went full-blown crazy ex-girlfriend. Like, you had me so worried. Why don't you answer me? You have 2 phones. What's the point of having a phone? And I realize this is crazy. I realize this is out of bounds.
That's step 1.
I hope it makes people in my life, like my boyfriend, feel better that I don't just treat him this way. I treat everybody this way, especially my mom. So we're over it. She apologized. I went to bed knowing she was safe and sound. But it makes you think, next time the phone rings, I should just pick it up, get the scoop, and then move on with my day. Mm-hmm. But I got a couple replies on the tweet that I said about this, that other people do this. If you're close with your parents, especially if your parent is single and alone, I think it's a little different where like your parents, they're always together, they're always doing something. You're not really checking up on them the way that maybe I check up on my mom. Mm-hmm. So my scare was over. I let it go. I had a peaceful night's sleep. And here she is just calling into the show. No problem.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you need a dog. You need something to...
obsess about?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That isn't your mom.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. But then what would I do? I don't think that would solve the problems. It would just give me more things to worry about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my God, I'm just very...
Gotta disperse your energy, though.
I do. I probably do need to disperse my energy, which is great. I have some other focuses in life besides my mom, but I'm glad she called in. But we got someone else that's about to call in. I don't want to make them run late. They're very, very busy girls.
Yep.
It's the gals at Cookie Therapy, Faye and Ashley. So we're going to get on a Zoom. We're going to stop
Do we have a cookie for them?
No.
They
we'll
DM'd
have
me
to
and
talk
said,
about
what flavor? Well, we should have a flavor ready.
We're going to have to fight over it because now they're on the Buttonista show. Maybe it's a Buttonista cookie.
Well,
it could be more feminine, more fun, more
time
fruity.
will tell.
What do I do?
Open up the laptop. Do you know how to use Zoom?
Yeah. How's it going, girl?
How are you? You look so much cuter.
Wednesday.
I know. Why do you look so cute? She wasn't baking all day.
I got cute because of you guys, because I just felt like, why not get dressed up for an interview where you will only be seen from the waist up and none of the questions are like I did jeans. I got those are really dirty. Some pumps on.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Yeah, we look like
you guys are like sporty chic. You look
I look like a bitch troll.
No.
We have been baking all day, so I'll give us that.
You guys are having like a paparazzi moment, so to show up in your athleisure is exactly what I would expect. It's like you're captured like crossing the street, doing whatever because you're busy girls and everybody wants to know what you're up to right now.
What's going on? What's the deal? Absolutely.
You're on like your press tour. Like you're hitting all the big stops this week. So I appreciate that you are hitting up the Buttonista podcast. I think this is a great place to talk about what you're doing. And listen, I don't really want to ask you all the questions that everybody's asking you, but my biggest observation so far is it's like, oh, well, things happen and like we started stress baking and we did this thing. I've had your cookies. That is not the result of stress baking. If I stress, I would be going in garbage next to where I'm sitting right now because I don't have those skills. So this has to be a little more than just, let's see what we can come up with in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
Hold on.
So primarily it was a stress baking kind of endeavor, but Faye and I both have always enjoyed baking. We like cooking, we like baking. And it's, I don't know, I would say that it is stress baking. It's just that we were such anxious hot messes that we spent so much time stress baking that I think we came up with a pretty good product.
I mean, I've been stress baking since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
So
Really?
I'm a professional stress baker at this point.
We should call ourselves that, professional stress bakers. I like that.
But this is it just seems like so much more. I mean, the complexity of the cookies that you're putting out there, the money shot on Instagram when you crack it open and you get all that. Like, how long did that part take to get down? Because social media has been such a huge part of your product.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, honestly, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Ashley is a renowned local photographer. So that stuff just comes naturally to her. She's like gifted when it comes to getting that like perfect shot. So I feel like we nailed that down pretty quick.
And it's a very cute, easy product to photograph. Like I was saying the other day, someone was asking us about our social media and like how we've managed to expand it so quickly. And I said, it's just that versus like a dentist office or something, like it's a Instagrammable product. People want to share it and it looks pretty on a feed. So that certainly helps that it's a cookie, a giant cookie. So.
Right. And is that really how you got the word out there? Because on my social media feeds, first of all, I didn't even know it was you guys at first. And I know both of you.
So many people keep saying that. Well, I don't know if I don't know if that's helping us or hindering us.
I had no idea it was you guys. I think that's kind of cool because it goes along with this theme of like, you just kind of came out of nowhere with this product.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But the people that I have seen on my social media that have picked up your product and been able to get them while they're available, I'm like, kind of like trying to do the math, like what was the connection to you guys? And maybe there's clearly it's gotten so big.
There really wasn't for a lot of people. I think it was, I mean, we started the Instagram page on March 1st with like 0 followers. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just that people have shared so much when they get these cookies. And really, we've kind of just had this perfect timing of, you know, for everything terrible that's going on right now, we have a very captive audience. People are sitting home and they're bored and they want something exciting to look forward to, like going to pick up cookies at the end of the week. So I think that's really helped us build this social media presence very quickly and very strong.
Well, honestly, I think a big part of it too is like Ashley and I really overthink the recipe. Like we constantly like tweak the recipe, our mix-ins, and like we believe our cookies are fucking delicious. I mean, like we eat our cookies every day. Like we're not putting out something that's just pretty. So I think people get the cookies because they're pretty, and then they come back and buy 3 boxes because they are utterly delicious and they hold up really well.
Exactly. And we also, our pink boxes, we're really honing in on as part of our brand, trying to encourage people to share their photo of their pink box when they get it.
Which has a kind of pornographic sound to it.
But someone said to me today on Instagram, they're like, a pink box is just as, or even better than a little blue box. I was like, that's exactly what we're going for. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
The cheapest cookies were the best.
Quite crazy. That is very interesting. And I love it. I love the whole branding. I mean, Jack, you saw in our Squadcast, he showed up at my door with them. I wasn't camera ready, girls. There was nothing against it. I was like, buzz off. Like, let me get prepared for this experience. And you're right. They do hold up well. I had a couple of them in my fridge for like a few days. And he didn't and it was a great experience. And it's so cool to see just how something can go viral, like in our community.
Yeah.
So I think
absolutely.
That's the coolest thing that I've seen. And now you're using a commercial kitchen, right? Like what does the actual process look like?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of like the most organized chaos you could ever see. I mean, Ashley and I have got it down to science at this point. We really spend about 2 days just making dough. I mean, we're talking 9-10 hour days where all we do is run the mixer. Mm-hmm. Then we're rolling about 3 to 4,000 balls of dough and we're stuffing them, and then we spend an entire day baking, and then the next 2 days are boxing up and getting them out the door.
How long do they go in the oven for? Is that a secret?
It's not a secret. No, it's about 10 minutes that they go into the oven.
Wow.
But we're running about 9 to 12 ovens at a time at this point. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God. Good.
That's that's the benefit to a commercial kitchen. Obviously, we feel very strongly that it's important to work out of a licensed commercial kitchen because this is a food product that people are eating. But also the fact that it allows us to have this level of production that we have right now. We have a gigantic mixer and all these ovens, and it's made it much easier for us to keep. Yeah, 2 mixers. It's made it much easier for us to keep up with the demand and increase our output every week, which is awesome.
We were in a really special spot with that too, because you can't go get a commercial kitchen really right now. Like it's not readily available right now. So it was just a friend who just really is doing us a favor. So this was all very like serendipitous. Like the timing of everything just worked out so perfect and it just
right. And if coronavirus wasn't a thing, and obviously like if we had our choice, it wouldn't be a thing. But if it wasn't a thing, that commercial kitchen would still be in operation right now, and we wouldn't have had the chance to go try it out working there. You know, Faye got laid off from her job.
I luckily lost my job, thank God.
Right.
You know?
Right. My job is a very face-to-face job. Obviously, I'm a photographer and I do a lot of corporate work. Neither like face-to-face work and corporate work is just not clearly happening right now. So it was just like this weird combination of things that made it so that this could actually be something we focus on and grow right now, and hopefully continue to grow and have it, you know, explode from here on out. So
yeah, I feel like you guys really understand like economics, which I failed because I was terrible at it, but you guys get this whole like supply and demand thing, like scarcity, like any buzzword that you hear when you're in school. That is what you guys have nailed for me, which is very impressive. I'll wait till Ashley gets back for my next question.
No, it's okay.
I'm just plugging it in here.
We seem to be setting a trend with the scarcity thing too. A lot of that. We're seeing a lot of drops happening with local things right now. So we're trendsetters. Like,
yes.
Does this work? So were you guys planning on being a business before this happened though, or did it really just like, because you guys already worked together?
Well, I was working full time in financial marketing. I had left my 11-year job as a stockbroker back in June, and then reluctantly took something in financial marketing, and it was laid off due to COVID. That's literally the only reason this became full time, because Ashley wasn't. I mean, we really weren't sure how the photography business was going to be affected at that point.
Right.
It could have been days. It could have been weeks. You know.
Right. I mean, I was hoping to be back up and running for May, because May is normally a pretty busy month for me. And that just didn't happen. So, so yeah, we intended to maybe have it be like a little side thing. So we're baking anyway. Yeah. We might as well share with other people, so they're not just for us to sit there and eat excessively. But as far as becoming a really profitable, awesome business like this, we really didn't expect. But we both felt strongly that, you know, we're both entrepreneurs, obviously. Faye has a business as well. And that part of being an entrepreneur is being inventive and being innovative and knowing, okay, if I can't do this, neither of us wanted to sit around. So we're like, what can we do? You know, how can we evolve, and how can we, you know, we see that this is a concept here that can take off. It's taken off in other areas of the country. You know, how can we bring this to Albany and, you know, and make it grow? So
to be fair, we did not expect this like type of growth very quickly. Even bringing the trend, when our first drop was about 75 boxes, and I was like, oh my God, we might sell 100 boxes a week of cookies. This is like, we were jazzed.
Yeah. And then Sunday we sold 650. So.
Oh my God. What's the like division of labor like between you guys? Like, how does this happen? Because, you know, it's a girl squad. I'm gonna ask you in a minute, who's your girl squad that you guys would be, but what is the relationship like between you guys?
we are both serial entrepreneurs and we're both very type A personalities, which you would think would not work well together. But we have this beautiful relationship where we recognize our strengths and we recognize our weaknesses. And Ashley does all the dough all the time. I don't touch dough. It is a strength of mine, but it is much stronger in her. I do all the baking. We combination, drizzle, decorate, package. And then, you know, like she's the numbers person. I'm, you know, a lot of times more logistics and like how is this going to work?
Creator.
Yeah, I do flavors.
Right.
We both are the face of it. You know, like I think we just have this really great friendship where we understand like when to give and when to take.
Right. And we've had a lot of really good examples in friends that we know and other people in business who have partnerships about how to make those work, and that you never have a bad day. You always leave on good terms.
Always
you
start
know,
the day positive.
Exactly.
End day positive.
So we've gotten a lot of good advice about that, because I know that partnerships tend to have a honeymoon period, and, you know, it was important to us that we really, you know, we complement each other on our strengths, and, you know, there's a lot of give and take, and that's, you know, that's what we're trying to keep up at, because it's hard, especially when you're in the kitchen and it's a high stress environment.
Right. Stress making leads to more stress.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you guys are both moms, girl moms, which is my favorite kind of mom. I just got off the phone with my mom. I think girls are the best. I mean, boys, if I had to, but I just think girls are so special. Moms, daughters.
No, we're biased towards girls. My daughter she's fantastic.
I'm glad we're in the same club. So how are you, you know, you have this great, amazing thing going on, but like we're still facing a really hard, challenging time for individuals, for families. How are you guys doing personally dealing with the health crisis, your families, your girls, like a little bit about that?
Right. Well, I'll start, and I know we both have a lot of thoughts on this. It's been tough because our kids, both of us have had jobs in the past. My career I've had since before my kids were born, you know, Faye too. We had very flexible jobs, and now our kids are not only adjusting to not being in school, but now their moms have like full-time jobs out of the house. Like we can't do this at home. So it's been a bit of an adjustment, and it's been a lot of like the whole "it takes the village" concept, like with our kids.
Except we don't have a village right now.
Yes, it's our very scarce little village of childcare. So it's been tough. It's been an adjustment, but we've really heard a lot of positive things from our kids that have kept us going about, like, Pia wants to be a party planner now, and my daughter wants to start a dog walking business. And, you know, we hope that they see us really hustling, and instead of sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves right now, like making something really positive. And, you know, I think our kids really have that same entrepreneurial like bug that we do. So we're hoping when we feel mom guilt, that's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, my mom guilt was pretty bad yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, Pia, like my daughter and I, we spend every waking minute together usually. Like, I mean, she used to come to my stockworker job with me. So she's really struggling with this, and she's super, like, she's a Taurus, and she's a Taurus through and through. So at least once a day, she tells me I'm a terrible mom. So, but you know what, at the end of the day, like, you know, she still comes and snuggles with me, and we start our days fresh. Like, this isn't forever. And I like see her creating these little businesses. She set all of her Barbies up the other day and had a whole Barbie mall. You know, so I think we're inspiring our girls, and we're inspiring them that during a time of great adversity, like we're coming out of it positive. We're waking up every day, and we're trying to bring people a little bit of happiness and trying to better our families.
Exactly. And that when you start something, it takes a lot of hustle, and it takes a lot of time and energy at first, but you have to, like, no matter how fortunate our kids are, we want them to have that work ethic that you start and we're in the kitchen. I mean, we do everything from start to finish. Yeah. So knowing that if you want to make a dream a reality, there's a lot of work that goes behind it.
I will say that we typically don't use the word hustle because we like to consider ourselves thoughtful hard workers. Yes. Like we put our families like totally first, and that we believe our business is just a part of our family. So hustle is a word that is often misconstrued as, you know, run yourself into the ground for something. Like we truly believe this is like a labor of love. Like we have fun every day, we laugh every day, you know, and we bring that home. Like, and I think that's really important. Like I
Absolutely.
think that's the difference sometimes between hustle and hard work.
I like
if
that.
makes sense.
That's a good lesson. And you're making cookies after all, so at least
Yeah,
you
and we're eating them, as you can tell.
bringing something a little good back. And I know you guys reached out to not only the Buttonista, but to 2 Buttons Deep about some sort of collaboration flavor,
Yes.
which we're
Yes.
all over. We almost had this opportunity with Cider Belly Donuts. Literally, we were going to meet with them the week that everything shut down. Unfortunately, they're not operating right now. And we were struggling with the flavor because, you know, you guys have so many. I mean, were you doing like a movie theater one this week?
Oh yeah. We did Netflix and chill. So it has popcorn from What's Pop in Albany.
Oh my God.
And it has nonpareils because I get them every time I go to the movie theater. Milk Duds.
Wow.
Chocolate chips. It's got a white chocolate drizzle and a Twizzler on top. It is utterly delicious.
It's like that salty sweet. Oh, it's so
It
good.
just doesn't seem possible. The things that go into your cookies, like that goes in the oven for 10 minutes and it's amazing. I know it's much more time and love besides that, but I mean, I want to jump the gun and say it has to be like a Buttonista flavor because you're on my show. So I don't know if
I'm in. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the world, anything you can stuff in a cookie, we can put in a cookie.
Like Taylor, we just did my absolute favorite thing around the holidays, or like when I was a kid, was white trash, like the Chex Mix pretzels.
Yeah.
So we did a loaded white trash cookie this week,
which is what I like most days. So that makes a lot of sense.
So good. And with a chunk of it on top. Like these are the types of things we call each other at 1 a.m. about, and we're like, oh my gosh, let's do, you know, a coffee cake stuffed cookie. You know, like we never stop talking to each other about what to put into a cookie.
Wow.
It's endless.
So we can send you some ideas behind the scenes because we have a lot of good ones that we don't want to give to the general public necessarily.
You know,
we've got some very good.
I really like that idea because I want it to be a strong cookie. I want it to be a bestseller. I want all the things that you guys are doing. I want it to be a thoughtful, hard-working cookie. So thank you guys so much. It was great to talk to you. One last thing. Who are you guys? Like, are you Paris and Nicole? Are you Kathy Lee and Hoda? You know, who are you in the celeb world? What can
I would like to?
Oh my God, I feel like we're Beavis and Butthead. Like, I feel like we're like
Well, first of
you
all,
call me Cher, I swear.
No, we call each other Beyonce and Jay-Z of cookies. She hates Beyonce and Jay-Z. I think I'm the Beyonce and Jay-Z of cookies. But if I could be any combo, I would say I have to be Jenna Bush Hager because she's my favorite.
She's my.
Yes, right. And you could be Hoda woman. You're Hoda woman. Yes.
See, I don't watch this stuff.
Oh my God. You gotta get.
Hoda.
You're like the Nick to my Jess, like on New Girl. You're like the Alexis my David. Like you're like that's what you are to me.
We're Laverne and Shirley because we're like on the production line. We're Laverne and Shirley. That's what we're gonna go with.
I love it. Those were all great answers, and you know, at the end of the day, those are you.
So many answers.
You're you. And that's all that matters. And I love that you're doing your Wine Wednesday and your athleisure, and you are doing it all done. Great job. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so impressed.
Thank you for having
us.
Thank you.
You know our address, so if you want to send any more cookies, you know,
we sure will.
They're available.
Yeah, and think about your flavor. Think about what.
Yeah,
or your middle of the night.
Yeah, or your decorations. Sometimes I think backwards. I'll be like, what do I want to put on top of this cookie? What do I want it to look like? And then, so you Tarantino your cookie. So you can Tarantino your cookie.
I can do that. Everybody's going to stay tuned. This was the Buttonista podcast. We're ending with my new gal pals. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us. All right, bye.